Qualifications. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
Today I'm going to talk about foreign language teachers' qualifications. Now, qualifications means the skills, the knowledge, the properties that, or the qualities that teachers who are planning or who are teaching a foreign language should have. Okay. Now, first of all, foreign language teachers should have linguistic competence. Now, linguistic competence, linguistic is an adjective from language, and by linguistic competence we mean the teacher should be able to use the foreign language she is going to teach correctly. What does this mean? She should be able to pronounce words correctly and also use grammar correctly, and also have a good knowledge of English, Arabic, Japanese, Chinese vocabulary, and should be able to spell words correctly, and should know punctuation, capitalization, how to format a paper correctly. The other thing, she should have a good mastery of language skills. Language skills such as listening, speaking, reading, writing. She should also have good knowledge of culture and should speak or read the language fluently, should be fluent. Listening, it means when she listens to lectures, to spoken language, she should understand. Also, she should be able to speak the foreign language she's going to teach fluently. She should be able to read also. When she reads a text, different types of text, she should be able to comprehend what she reads, and also should be able to write a paragraph, an essay in the foreign language correctly, should have also knowledge of the foreign culture or the culture of the language she's going to teach, and also speak fluently and fast. Another one, the teacher should where is that?
Do you need help?
Oh yeah, I need help all the time. Okay, okay. Now another thing about professional competence. She should also have teaching skills. It's not enough to be fluent in the language, to know English grammar, good pronunciation, English spelling, read and comprehend, listen and understand, but she should also have teaching skills. For example, the teacher should know the learning styles of the students, should know learning theories, and also should have studied foreign language teaching methods, should know the subject matter, the lesson she's going to teach, she should know it very well. She should be able to set goals, objectives for the whole course, and also for one unit and also for one lesson. She should be able to distribute if she has a book and she has to teach the whole book over 4 months. She cannot teach the whole book in 1 week, in 1 day, but she should distribute the book over the 4 months and then over the weeks and define how much she needs to teach each lesson. Also, the teacher should know how to present the material, for example, new vocabulary, new grammatical structures, how to teach spelling, how to teach reading, how to teach writing, how to teach listening, speaking. She should be able to present the material and the language skills. Also, if there is discussion in the classroom, the teacher should lead the discussion, how to ask questions, what questions to ask, and how to, the discussion should not be just done or carried out randomly. The teacher should organize it. Okay, of course, different students learn differently. And some students are better than others. So whatever she does, she has to accommodate individual differences between the students and do something extra to help students who are less competent or less skilled. And also, students who learn fast, she should give them extra things to do. Another thing, using teaching aids, audiovisual aids, pictures, websites, technology, apps, mobile apps. The other thing, assignments. When she teaches, she should give the students assignments, activities to do at home to make sure that the students can apply what they have learned. Because learning a foreign language requires practice. So the students practice in the classroom. They also need to practice outside the classroom. Now, ability also to improve the course. Now, for example, me, I'll give you an example about myself. When I used the story that you had, and I used the other stories that I brought from home, and I wanted to teach them to you, I found out that they are difficult. So what did I do? I tried to write my own stories, and I made sure to use easy words, short sentences, to repeat the words and the sentences over and over again, to ask questions to make sure that you understand the question words. Who, where, when, what, like this. Also, teaching efficiency. Now, teaching efficiency means how to teach the best way we can. How we teach in a way that helps the students learn. It's not enough to come into the classroom, sit and do anything and then finish 3 hours, leave, and the students leave and they have learned nothing. Okay. Now this is briefly. These things are very brief because if I want to teach in detail, I need 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 1 month. Okay. Now when we come into the classroom, we need to provide the students with a course description. What is a course description? It means give the students an outline of the things, the topics, the skills, that they are going to cover throughout the semester. How many words are the students going to study in 4 months? What are the grammatical structures? How about the reading passages? If they have to write, for example, short essays or paragraphs, how many? Also, state the objectives and skills. Every time we enter, we have to tell the students that today we're going to read this story and answer comprehension questions. We are going to study these words, the names of vegetables, names of animals, names of fruits, names of things in the street. It's very important for the teacher to go to the classroom well prepared. I cannot wake up in the morning, put my clothes on, run to the classroom without knowing what I'm going to teach. Now, when I came here, teacher would say to me, "Oh, I would like you to teach my students." They think if I'm a professor and I have 30 years of experience, 30 years teaching experience, and I have 600 publications, that, oh, I'm a magician. I can enter class and start teaching. It's not like that. I need to know something about the students' major, what they are studying, their proficiency level, what they have studied, and then what they need to know or what they need to study. And then I enter the classroom so that I build on what they already know, and then when I leave, their teacher comes and builds on what I taught, because language learning is a cumulative process. Each lesson depends on what the students have learned. What you learned this semester depends on what you learned last semester. What you learn next semester depends on what you learned this semester. So, we have to be well prepared. We prepare the words that we're going to teach, the grammatical structures we're going to teach, the pictures, the stories, the questions. Okay, even PowerPoint presentation, I prepared this. It was not ready. I prepared it yesterday and today. Okay? So the teacher should go to class well prepared. The teacher should know the material very well. You cannot come to class and teach vocabulary and you can pronounce the words. Or you want to teach grammar and you make mistakes. You have to be good. You have to know the exact pronunciation. You have to know how to ask questions, how to teach spelling, how to teach usage, the use of a certain grammatical structure. Also, use a variety of teaching techniques. We cannot use the same teaching methodology over and over and over and over again for 2 reasons. One, because the students get bored. If I lecture, and you listen only. And the other thing, because different students, they learn differently. So I have to use different teaching techniques. And students also have to take part. They have to participate. Even if they can't, they have to try. I should call him and him. Sometimes teachers, they only call on students who raise their hands. No. How about the other ones? Maybe they are shy or they are afraid of making mistakes. It's okay. They can make mistakes. It's not the end of the world. This is how they learn, by making mistakes. Okay. Now connect material with real life. Like what I did the other day when I took to the mall and to the street. We walked together and we learned the real words together. And we went to the mall and to the supermarket and we learned We reviewed, in fact, the words for vegetables and the fruits and the names of the juices and milk, yogurt, what's the other one? Kefir and the other ones, chocolate and pastry and this and that. And then we went to the restaurant and we learned few more things in the restaurant, because this is real life. Language is not for the classroom only. We have to take it out of that classroom. The reason why we learn a language is to use it in communication. Communication, like when I come to class and you say Assalamu alaikum to me, right? This is communication. How are you doing? And I ask you, how are you doing? Did you eat? And you say yes. And I say, what did you eat? This is communication. Isn't this what we say in Russian or to each other? In Russian or in English or in Arabic or in any other language. So we need to speak, we need to be able to read signs, read something, titles, read a short story, do something. Okay, give clear, concrete, familiar examples and analogies. When we teach, or we should give examples. And the examples should be clear to the students, understandable, and also concrete. Concrete, it means the students can feel, can see, can smell, can taste, like bread. When I taught you the word khubz and jumna, and I had you taste a little bit, okay, and drink water. I had you drink water. Speak, also the teacher should speak and read clearly. If you read, the students won't understand anything. So you have to read in a loud voice, you have to speak in a loud voice, speak also, enunciate, speak and say words clearly. When students are beginners, it's better not to speak fast, to speak slowly so that they understand every single word. And encourage the students to participate in class. Now, you come here and you say something, and I come around and you point to the pictures and you write, like yesterday you wrote your own story like mine, and I came and we were just working together. So you work together with the students. Okay, it's not enough to teach the students grammar, reading, writing, speaking, listening, culture. We need to teach them other things. Mnemonic devices. Mnemonic devices, the M is silent. It's pronounced mnemonic. Mnemonic devices, these are ways that help the students remember. The teacher should help students to remember the new words, the new grammatical structure, new information, because they forget, right? So they need to be taught how to remember, regardless of what they study. Anything they study, we need to teach them how to remember whatever they've learned in the classroom. And also, we need to teach them study skills. Study skills means how to study at home, how to study grammar, how to study vocabulary, how to read, how to write, how to do this, how to do that, how to get ready for the exam. Also, time management skills. How to make their own schedule, timetable for studying, for managing things that they do. Also, nutrition, what to eat. If they are hungry, that they should eat in the morning, have breakfast in the morning, and go to bed early, not stay up the whole night, and then come to class in the morning very sleepy and very tired, and they won't understand anything, they won't learn. and also mental energy. Now, if you don't have breakfast, for example, and you had dinner 8 o'clock, 9 o'clock the night before, and your class is 3 o'clock in the afternoon, this means you haven't had any food for 18 hours. And this way you will be exhausted, you will not have enough energy. Okay, sometimes we need to provide the students with supplementary material, with language learning websites, with mobile apps, language learning mobile apps to help the students learn better. Also, extensive reading. Show the students or help the students read things other than the textbook. Stories from the internet or a newspaper article or an article in a magazine. And at the end of the semester, we need to get the students' feedback. When I was teaching, every semester, at the end of the semester, I would ask the students to tell me whether they benefited from the course they took with me. If they say yes, I say why. If they say no, they have to tell me why. And you learn a lot from students' feedback. Because sometimes you think you are doing a good job, and actually the students are not learning. They don't like this method. And we are in the classroom to help the students, to teach them. Okay, so this is very important. Okay, another thing that the teacher does is assessment or evaluation. And for assessment, usually teachers use tests, exams. Whether the exams are oral or written, it's better to use a variety of evaluation techniques. Sometimes to give oral questions, sometimes to give written questions, even different types of questions. We have multiple choice, we have calculation, we have true false, we have essay, we have lots of types of questions. Sometimes students write a report, sometimes they write together, they work together in groups. When we give a test questions should be comprehensive. What does this mean? The questions should cover everything we've taught. All the chapters. And also the questions, the instructions should be clear and comprehensible. We should use easy words so that the students understand what they are required to do. If the instructions are difficult, the students will not understand them and will not be able to answer. And also, when we have, for example, in my country, we have 100 points for each course. So we should distribute those 100 points over different things, not only exams, homework, quizzes, paper, project, different things, participation in the classroom.
We use the same system.
Yes, if they do things online, extensive reading, if they do extra reading in groups or something, we give them marks to help them, to encourage them. And also, we should be fair. It's important for the teacher to be fair. I cannot give, for example, extra marks for this student because I love her, I like her. And that one because I don't like her. So I don't give her good marks. No. marks should have nothing to do with my attitude, my emotions toward any student. So I should have a key, and I grade all papers in the light of this key, according to this key. So if I deduct half a point here, and the other student made the same mistake, I should deduct also half a point there. I should treat all the students equally, whether I like them or not. And also, I should explain to each student, okay, we do this like this, and this is wrong. So we help each student with her or his weaknesses. And also, along the semester, we follow students' progress. For example, like the first week, when I taught you the story, the first day, next day, you were very good. So I told you, I said, oh, this is great. You are very good. Remember? Mm-hmm. Yes, so this is what you do. You have to tell the students all the time how they are doing. If they have some difficulty, you help with the difficulty. Also, sometimes some teachers, they give the students a test, but they never show them or give them back the test papers. They don't see the test papers. They don't see how much they got, what mark they got on a particular test. No, the students should see their test papers and what they got for this question and this and this and this and the total mark. They should know their marks, except for the final exam. Because final exam, for example, in my country, we cannot show the final exam, give the final exam back to the students and show them their mark. We show them just the grade, A, B, C, but not 85, 86, 75, 73, not their exact marks, but the grades. And also, when we give quizzes, we show them their test papers. Okay, now class administration. Now at the beginning of the semester, first week, first day, the teacher should tell the students about her system. For example, can they come late or not? Should they do homework or not? If they are absent, what to do? Can they talk in class? Can they play with the mobile in class? Can they sleep in class? Can they eat in class? How about cheating on exams? So we have to tell the students our system. What I like students to do in the classroom and what I don't like them to do in the classroom. Okay? And this might differ from one teacher to another. But you tell them about your system. And also homework, when you give them homework. Is it optional? If you say, okay, bring this homework next Tuesday. So, is it okay if they bring the homework on Wednesday or on Monday, or you have to tell them. Also, provide them with your office hours. If you have office hours, do teachers have office hours here?
Yeah.
Okay, so tell them what time they can come to your office if they have a problem. Also, the exam schedule. When are they going to have their quizzes or intern, midterm, final? When? You can't just enter and tell them, okay, now we're going, unless you tell them at the beginning of the semester that sometimes you will give them pop-up quizzes, a pop quiz. It means you come and you give one question about what you taught yesterday, and you give them 5 minutes to write the answer. We call this pop quiz. Mm-hmm. But sometimes, if the test covers a couple of chapters, 3-4 chapters, then you tell them, okay, on such and such a day, and the time and the room as well, you're going to take a test. So, for them in the classroom about the exams and also the attendance rules that they cannot, for example, come late, they have to come on time, and I explained to them why. And the university has attendance rules. If a student misses 25% of the classes, then he or she is not allowed to sit for the final exam. They cannot sit for the final exam. They just fail the course. If they miss 25% of all the classes in the whole semester. Okay, another thing, relationship with others. It means a relationship with colleagues, your colleagues in the school, your boss, which is the principal or the supervisor, or depending on where you work, and also with the students' parents. If you are teaching elementary school students, and their parents, they come to school to ask about their children, then you should not kick them out, turn your back and say, go away, I don't want to talk to you. You have to. You have to. Sometimes you need to talk to the parents if you are teaching children or junior high school students or high school students and you feel that the student is having a problem. So you need to talk to the parent. Otherwise, how would you know that the student is having a problem, or sometimes you cannot solve the problem by yourself. You have to solve it with the help of the parents. Okay? A relationship with the students. For example, the teacher should respect the student, uses polite expressions, please, thank you, good morning, how are you doing? These are polite expressions. I can say, go away. We have to use them, even in the foreign language, so that they learn them. Assalamu alaikum, shukran, min fadlik, marhaba, ahlan wa sahlan, ahlan, gulnaz al-jamila. Why not? Why not? And Maryam al-jamila, wa Rinad al-wasim. No, yeah, no. Okay. If the students have problems, they want to ask questions, you should also accept. Queries means questions from the students. If they ask questions, there are things they don't know, they need help with, so we should accept those. Interact with students through email, SMS, Messenger, Facebook, Twitter, WhatsApp. Okay? I did that yesterday and sent you pictures. Did you see them?
Yes, yes, yes.
We are beautiful. And I wrote for you, we are beautiful. Right? Yes. Can be read during office hours also. If you have office, the teacher should have office hours. Not necessarily every day, but once a week, twice a week. It depends on your schedule. Also, we have academic advising. In my country, we have academic advising. Each teacher is in charge of a group of students, 40 students, 50 students, and she's their advisor. She helps them with registration, if they have a problem, if they... so we call it academic advising. I don't know if you have it here or not.
We don't know.
We don't know.
I think no.
Yes. Okay, another thing that goes under teacher qualifications is personal qualities. For example, you cannot go to the classroom with your pajamas.
Yes, of course.
Students will make fun of you. You go to class with nice clothes and you brush your hair and you look nice, you smell nice. Okay, that's important. The teacher should be a role model for the students. The students don't learn English or Arabic or Russian or Chinese or Japanese from you. They learn other things from you. If you're a hardworking teacher, they learn to be hardworking. If you write neatly, they learn to be neat. If you are punctual, they learn to be punctual. So they learn other things. Also, you should be responsible. If you give an assignment, the students bring the assignment to you, you should grade the assignment and then give the assignment back to the students. You cannot come to class one day and then stay home 2-3 days, come and go the way you want. Okay. Sometimes there are problems. The students have problems, so we try to solve the problems. Now, if the principal, the supervisor gives us suggestions, feedback, we should accept those because we learn from our colleagues, from our supervisors, from the principal. And personal appearance, this is what I said about clothes and about hair and nice smell and you look nice and you also look energetic, not sleepy and tired. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And another important thing is punctuality. The teacher should come to class on time and also should not leave 15 minutes before the end of class. You know, because if you teach the students 16 weeks, okay? And every time you come late, 15 minutes late, or leave 15 minutes early. Now imagine 16 times. That would be 4 hours. A total of 4 hours, that's a lot. You can teach a whole unit. You can do like in 15 minutes, do 3 exercises, 2 exercises. Okay? So, we come to class on time. Also, if the class session is 90 minutes, 80 minutes, 60 minutes, we teach 60 minutes. 3 hours, we teach 3 hours. 50 minutes, we teach 50 minutes. Even 5 minutes, if you leave 5 minutes early or you come to class 5 minutes late, don't say, oh, it's only 5 minutes. No. 5 minutes, 16, over 16 weeks, it will be 80 minutes. In 5 minutes, you can do 1 exercise. The students can learn 2 words, can practice 1 grammatical structure. Okay? The instructor should be enthusiastic, energetic, and interested in what she is doing. If you hate teaching, you will not be a good teacher. The students will hate teaching. Even if you don't say anything, you come to class and you don't feel like, the students will feel it. It's like the flu. When you are sick with the flu, the students can catch it from you, even if you don't say anything. Similarly, enthusiasm, energy, if you are interested, not interested, you like teaching, you hate teaching, okay? So it's better to come to class interested in what you are doing. You should like what you're doing. If you don't like teaching, don't become a teacher. Mm-hmm. Let someone else do it. Okay, now this is the end of this lecture. This is very quick so that you know what's expected of you as a teacher, a foreign language teacher, and what you need to know and to do when you become a foreign language teacher. Even if you want to become a cook, you want to work at a restaurant, can you go there and you never cooked in your whole life and enter the restaurant kitchen and start cooking? You can't. You have to have certain skills, cooking skills. If you want to drive, can you just sit? You never drove in your whole life. Can you just go sit in the car and then start driving and kill 10, 15 people and become a driver? No. You have to learn, first of all, the rules, driving rules and the signs, street signs, and when to stop and when to turn right and when to turn left and stick shift and brakes and how to do this, how to do that, and if you want to park. 2 types of parking. Pull in and parallel parking. How to park and how this way, how to park this way. You cannot just sit. Whatever you need to do requires knowledge and skills. You should have information here about the job, and also you should be able to do this job. You should know the skills for doing this job, whether it's cooking, sewing, driving, working at a bank, working in the store, working here, working there. You should know, you should have knowledge here and also the skills to do the job. Okay, now I want to discuss with you the questions I gave you yesterday. I asked you to just jot down some points about how you learned English, when, what did you study when you studied English, and what you think of this teaching method. Is it effective? Did it help you learn English? As a result of this, can you speak English fluently? Do you understand what you read, what you hear, and so on? Can you write also an essay without mistakes? Can you spell? Do you know grammar? Do you know a lot of words? What do you think? And you do the same thing about Arabic. When you started to learn Arabic, how, what you studied, and what you think. Okay? I'm going to turn this off. And then next